Just because I'm trying to make a guest comfortable doesn't mean anything is going on.
You were dragging her into bed.
I resent your implication.
What implication? You're about to have sex with her.
I'm afraid this is all my fault.
Look, if you'd been in your own room in the first place, none of this would have happened. So what
I'm just so glad that Mother wasn't here to see this.
I'm sorry if I upset you. But the road is blocked, and I'm afraid I'm stranded.
Probably booby-trapped the road.
Well, I won't deny that I do find Edward incredibly compelling.
You mean you find him incredibly rich?
I got carried away.
You got caught.
Well, at least I don't have to use a pill to enhance my performance.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, you're certainly trying to get to know Heather in a biblical sense.
I absolutely am not.
Better a pill than a fortune-hunting floozy.
How could you bring this gold digger into the house when we're still grieving for Mother? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Don't worry about it, big brother. After tonight, there'll be a lot less gold to dig.
Oh, Lord, not you again.
And you, why don't you take another stroll through the lightning? Because your sugar daddy here won't be inheriting my mother's money. You are defiling the house you shared with my mother. You're a disgrace, and you know it.
That seems a little harsh. Nothing happened.
Even Felicia, who is clearly biased in your favor, will have to admit you are not being virtuous.
We got kicked out of the contest for a lot less.
Yeah, we were just trying to work the system. You got caught in a full-blown assignation.
This is a complete misunderstanding.
You know, it doesn't really matter. Because I'm going to inherit my wife's personal fortune, unless Felicia says I'm not.
Which she's going to as soon as she finds out about your newest indiscretion.
If there is a choice between me and you,
You don't have a prayer.
what about the other potential heirs, like Jason, Emily, Sky? What about Justice?
It's justice.
You actually care about me, don't you?
Faith, why do you think I defied Sonny, who's not only dangerous and a fanatic about loyalty, but the man pays well too? Why do you think I'm risking a felony to help you escape, putting my job on the line, walking away from my family, such as it is?
Because I'm great in bed and I offered to bankroll a fresh start for both of us.
I care about you, Faith. I let you down when you needed me the most. I helped turn you cold and bitter. Now maybe I can help turn you around.
I'm sorry. Shouldn't joke. I will find a way to be that woman that you loved before.
You won't make it through the night if you keep wandering around this house. Have you forgotten that every cop in this part of the country is looking for you?
But I heard footsteps. That's why I came up here. Because I didn't want to get trapped in the freezer.
Jones is a sensible woman. She's not going to listen to any of you.
Why not? I've got nothing to lose. Neither does Monica.
You know what? Stairways can be really treacherous in the dark.
Who said anything about stairways?
Is that a threat?
Ellen, don't get close to her. Good grief! I can't even make the most innocuous statement. Who is that? Justice? That's Justice. What are you doing here?
I thought you were looking for the file.
I lost the file
What
for Sonny. I was
file?
drawing up some contracts.
Oh, well, it sounds like an excuse to wander the house and spy on all of us.
I'm not scrambling to inherit anything, Tracy.
You are
I
trying
don't
to
want
catch
your money.
one
I
of us
lost
in the
the
act
file.
of being unvirtuous so you can turn us into Felicia and keep the money for yourself.
I thought you were walking Miss Weber to the door. Why is she still
Let's
here?
not get into that.
You're after the money as well, aren't you?
Well, you have a very good chance now that Edward has more or less disqualified himself.
Well, Emily's gonna win.
Alice, would you get the door, please?
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. I had to hire a boat to get past the roadblock, so the emergency better be important.
What emergency? Who called you?
I'm just trying to protect my family.
Tracy said it was important.
Oh, it is important. Daddy's been doing a little gardening.
Oh, this is just one big misunderstanding.
Yeah, wait till you hear it.
Unbelievable. One thing to raise a house of cold-blooded, blackmailing cobras, and another thing to see your children, your own flesh and blood, reduced to whiny, pathetic tattletales.
Daddy, you should be very proud. We learned it all from you, and one of us is going to be extremely rich. One of us practically caught Daddy in the act.
Heather made her intentions very clear.
Yeah, uh-huh. Get Daddy into bed, get Daddy to the altar, and get Daddy's money.
You know, I've tried to be nice, but you people are ridiculous.
Wait a second. Monica and I were rolling around in bed, and then Father and Heather, they came crashing
It
down
was
on top
really
of us.
bad behavior.
They defiled our mother's house.
What do you know about this house?
You're only staying here for the money.
You should have been put out of this contest a long time
She's
ago.
actually far worse than any of us.
If you're going to argue about Edward's behavior, then I'm going to have to impose some kind of order here.
What are you prattling on about? We caught him, cut him out.
In order to honor Lila's wishes, I have to hear everyone's arguments. So, Why don't we go into the living room and go over the whole thing?
That's ridiculous.
Oh, I think that's a fine idea.
Well, of course you do, because it's an open and shut case against you.
I wouldn't be so sure he's up to something.
Okay.
Where do you think you're going?
I have to find that file.
I need a lawyer.
I didn't see what happened.
Good lawyers never do. I'll fill you in.
I really don't have time for this, okay?
You're stranded here like the rest of us. If Tracy gets that money and robs the more deserving heirs, it's on you.
Fine. Just give me a moment.
We don't have a moment. Come on now.
What were your plans regarding Heather's sleeping arrangements?
Sleeping? I don't think so.
Objection. Speculation.
You can't object. You're the judge.
Well, I want to hear Edward's story. Answer the question.
What was the question again?
Where did you want Heather to sleep?
Objection. Sleep had nothing to do
If
with
you
it.
two would have been in your own room, nothing would have really happened. You know what I'm talking about?
Where did you want Heather to spend
In the
the night?
guest room.
Ask them if they were kissing.
Were you kissing?
That's my question.
Were you?
Define kissing.
Can't you see he's dodging? If Alan and Monica hadn't been rolling around in the bed, they'd still be at it.
We'd never have known the truth.
Edward had no intention of sharing his bed with Heather.
Oh, really? Then why did they come crashing down on top of
My
us?
client tripped.
What?
We all know how hard it is to see in the dark. Edward simply took a bad step.
Can't you see that he's lying? What was about to happen between my father and this gardener had nothing to do with being a decent person. Daddy was going to take Heather Weber to bed in the house he shared with my mother.
Your Honor,
Oh, please.
I want to take the stand.
Not a chance.
I want to testify.
You can't testify. You're Exhibit A. Daddy was unfaithful to my mother for years. As her biographer, you must know the pain he caused her and the entire family. Time and time again, he broke her heart. He left numerous illegitimate children.
He left too.
And that seems reasonable to you. Oh, right, it would.
I object.
Sustained.
Thank you, Your Honor.
As you can see, or we all could if it weren't for the
Your
storm.
Honor, would you kindly instruct the witness to move it along, please?
Get to the point, please.
He can't even observe a respectful mourning period.
Everyone mourns differently.
Objection.
Heather is an insult to my mother's memory. The mere fact that she's in this house tonight proves that Daddy has deep character flaws. He is not a good person and does not deserve to inherit. I rest my case.
You don't have a case to rest.
Closing arguments, Your Honor.
What, are we to rush all of a sudden?
Go ahead, counselor.
Lila loved Edward unconditionally. Now, I don't expect any of you to understand that. She was well aware of his faults, but she loved him anyway. As my grandmother loved him. As many women have loved him.
Excuse me, whose side are you on?
Lila understood that Edward wasn't perfect. Now, who among you here has been faithful to your spouses? Alan? Monica? Tracy?
At least I have a husband to cheat on.
Shut up!
It would break Lila's heart to see Edward grieving alone.
I doubt that.
She would urge you to show compassion.
If she were here, she'd kick him out on his philandering
She'd
butt.
remind you how much he loved all his children.
Change the locks.
Edward has been responsible for keeping this family together.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
By allowing Edward to grieve, you're allowing him to take care of his family. Lila would expect all of you to understand that and give your father a second chance. Now, I rest my case and leave the final decision in the judge's capable hands, if you'll excuse me.
Wait, where are you going?
I have work to do.
We're in the middle of a trial.
You're in the middle of your own living room with the lights out trying to keep your hands on your late wife's money and your girlfriend's at the same time. Now, I've done all I can.
Your Honor, I object.
You can't object. He's your attorney.
I'll send you the bill.
All right. I've made my decision.
Oh, thank God.
One of you has been eliminated as a potential heir.